So we just used Drush in order to add changes to components that are currently captured in a feature module. Now we can also rebuild feature modules, including all new components. The typical process of doing this, if we're working through the user interface, let's go ahead and jump to that real quick. So we go to Structure and then Features. We click on Recreate next to the feature module that we want to adjust. And when we scroll down, we can select any components that we want to add to our feature module or remove certain components that already have been added to the feature module. Now, this is a great way to see everything that's available to us, but if we already know what we want to add to our feature module, we don't have to go through this user interface in order to rebuild it. Instead, we can simply add the components we want to add to our feature module.info file and then use Drush in order to rebuild it. So let's go ahead and jump to our code. And in the Sites, All Modules, Features folder, we should have a New Articles folder. This was created in a previous video. You can also do this with any other feature module that you have that you don't mind manipulating a bit. And let's go ahead and open up the .info file. Now, what you see here is basically a roadmap of the components that should be added in this feature module. And this can be used in order to derive every other aspect of the feature. All of the included files that include the settings or component information all get built from this list here. So let's say, for example, we want to include another content type with this feature module, the page content type. So this line here is where we have the article content type added to our feature. So what we can do is simply copy this, paste it in, and then change the article right here to page. That's all we need to do in order to trigger the addition of this component when we rebuild the feature with Drush. So let's go ahead and jump back to the command line, and let's go ahead and do a Drush fu, and then new articles, and we'll go ahead and pass it the Y command this time in order to bypass the confirmation. Okay, so now it says created module, new articles, and sites all modules, features, new articles. Let's go ahead and do a git status to take a look at the difference in code. Okay, so it looks like there were several modifications to various files. Let's go ahead and do a quick git diff. And as we scroll down, we see that some fields have been added for the node page body. So this is clearly associated with the page node type. And we can scroll down and see various components that have been added here, like the node information about the page content type, all of which are associated with the content type that we added through the .info file. I'm going to go ahead and hit Q. Now, if we wanted to keep these changes, we could simply commit them at this point to the repository, but we can roll them back now by simply doing a git reset. So again, just like in our previous features example, we're doing a git reset hard to the last commit on our current branch, which is head. I'm going to hit enter. And now if we do a git status, we see that there was one file that was added during the process of updating this feature module. Let's go ahead and remove it. I'm going to go ahead and copy the path and do an rm at the command line and then paste in the path in order to remove the file. And if we do a git status now, we're now clean and good to go.